for this brief introduction and for organizing this webinar. I am very happy to be here. I forgot to put my camera, so here it is. I hope you can see me. Yeah, it should be working now. Thank you very much. So my name is Stephanie. I'm working for Biolie, and I will be talking today about how to bring natural colors into skincare with CI numbers. Sorry, some camera issues. Yes, so colors in skincare cover the whole rainbow from red to purple with all the colors in between. I looked for examples on the internet and you can see here many examples of colored skincare packagings. Sometimes the product itself is colored too. It depends on the product. Color is the first thing we see when we want to purchase a cosmetic product. Sometimes the color is linked to a claim, like green for greasy skin, pink for sensitive skin, and blue for dry skin. Sometimes it is linked with a plant from the formula, like carrot, banana, green tea, or spirulina. Sometimes the color is just linked to the brand itself. We also see a lot of orange for sun care, which reminds us the color of skin tanning. As you can see here, color is very important for the consumer. So how to bring color in cosmetics? Two solutions. You can use CI numbers or using colored ingredients. For CI number, benefits are that they are regulated and easily recognized by consumers, and they are very stable to UV light, pH, and temperature. The disadvantages are that they are not natural and or sustainable or vegan compliant, and they are not really appreciated by consumers. On the other hand, colored cosmetics ingredients like hydrophilic or lipophilic plant extracts or colored vegetable oils like buriti or other vegetable oils are natural and or sustainable molecules, and they are appreciated by consumers. The disadvantages are that they cannot be declared as dyed in the cosmetic dossier, and they are not always very stable. Of course, this is just some aspects. It is not an exhaustive list of benefits and disadvantages. We'll focus today on the second category, the natural colored cosmetic ingredients. So let me introduce Biolie very quickly. Biolie is a French company specialized in enzymatic extraction for the development of natural ingredients. We have around 17 years experience and been working on a lot of plants studied, like 300. We have 3 patent licenses, and we have been working on catalog ingredients, cosmetics and nutraceutical ingredients, for which we have 6 patents, 5 patents for ingredients and 1 patent for the technology. Biolie is based on an extraction technology which is green and closer to nature. It is mild and nature-inspired, simple and efficient, highly adaptive and nature-friendly. We have a consistent strategy where sustainable development is in the DNA of the company. We are focusing upcycling, local sourcing, and certified products, and we have decided since 2014 to valorize co-products. We didn't want to remove food from people, and upcycling is not a trend for us. It is part of our DNA. But what is upcycling in the end? There are 3 ways of having economy. The first one is linear economy. You take, you make, you use, and then you send to trash. The second one is recycling economy, where you take, make, use, recycle, make again, use again, recycle, make, etc. several times, and then it goes to trash. The last one, the circular economy, is when you take, make, use, and then you can repair, recycle, return, reuse, use again, make, change, etc. And then in the end, it will maybe go to trash, but it will have several lives to increase its life cycle. And so you can see here, for example, boots that have been rain boots in their first life, and then they become flower vase. You have the example of pallets that we can use in the industrial sector that can be turned into furnitures. And so upcycling is a trend for natural cosmetics where consumers are looking for natural formulations containing natural and safe ingredients with a low impact on the environment and less packaging or more sustainable ones. Multinationals and indie brands try to offer their customers the best experience using their formulation without compromising strong values, safety and transparency. So the local sourcing at Biolie is a strong value that we are following from the neighborhood to the whole world. We try as much as possible to source local plants that are grown very close from the company. The company is based in the east of France, and so we try to source so 50% of our catalog is sourced from ingredients that have been grown around 30 kilometers from the company, and 65% of our catalog is concerned by our homemade label, which is Origin France, from plant to extract. Upcycling gives us a lot of raw materials that can come from the food industry, the silviculture, or the cosmetics. For example, if you have a partner extracting plants for you, then they can have an extraction co-product that could be used by us to extract a new ingredient. So let's focus today on our main topic, which is rainbow. It is a range of natural colored oils. There are 7, which I ranked in a rainbow order. You have the first one, which is emerald green, green tea and mint leaves containing chlorophyll. Then you have jade green, green bell pepper containing chlorophyll. Then you have heliodor yellow, curcuma rhizome extract. So they are all lipophilic extracts. So curcuma rhizome containing curcumin. Then we have carnelian orange, an extract of carrots containing beta-carotene. Then we have amber orange, an extract of tomato containing lycopene. Rhodonite red is a red bell pepper extract containing paprika oleoresin. And ruby red, which is our bestseller, is containing Alcana tinctoria root extract, which is rich in alkanin. Maybe you are already using Alcana tinctoria root extract or root powder. Be careful with the extraction process of your product, or if you are using the powder directly, just be aware that Alcana tinctoria root naturally contains CMR, which are pyrrolizidinic alkaloids. And those molecules are highly hydrosoluble. In our process, we use water and enzymes to digest the plants, release the molecules of interest, and then we add sunflower oil to capture the lipophilic molecules. In the case of ruby red, as the CMR molecules are very water soluble, they are removed from the extract by our extraction method. So we have less than 5 ppm CMR molecules. So it is totally safe from a cosmetic point of view to use ruby red, even for lipsticks or eye products. So you can use all of them. They are safe formulation. So I won't go into details on all those slides because the ingredients are very well described in our product portfolio, and we don't have much time today. So I'm trying to be quick and efficient to give you as much information as possible. On the top part, you will see the commercial name and the INCI name. So all of them contain sunflower oil as first ingredient, which will be from 95 to 99% sunflower oil. And then you have the plant extract. For emerald green, it is Camellia sinensis leaf extract, the green tea, and then Mentha spicata flower leaf stem extract, which is the mint leaves. On the right, then you have some logos which give you Cosmos and Natru certification, China compliance, upcycling if they are based on upcycling, and Origin France from plant to extract. In the case of emerald green, it is not the case, so you don't see the logo, but for other grades, you will see this logo when it's the case. Then you will have information about the activity. All of them have tinting power, which means that they are able to dye the formulation and not the skin. So they are used to bring color inside of the cosmetic formulation, but they won't dye the skin. Some of them have covering effects. It's ruby red and heliodor yellow, which means that they are able to bring color also on the skin. Be careful when you use them in the lab. You don't want to throw them on you, and so be careful when you use the product not to break the bottles or something like that. There are lipophilic extracts in organic sunflower oil. The sunflower oil is obtained by cold press extraction. It is produced in France from French seeds, and the dosage can be ranked from 0.1 to 5%, even more if you can afford it and if it's compatible with your formulation. Then you will have information about ISO 16128, Cosmos certification, and as I said, they are all natural certified. And the last part is about origin of the plant that is used during the extraction. So in the case of emerald green, we are extracting green tea and mint leaves from organic iced tea production. The plants are grown in Morocco and or China, but the co-product is of France origin. We consider that the carbon imprint of the raw material in this case is bear by the first user, which is producing organic iced tea. And then we just calculate our carbon imprint from this company, which is in Strasbourg, so very close from Nancy, less than 300 kilometers. And so we have this carbon imprint from Strasbourg to Nancy, so only 300 kilometers against Morocco and or China. So origin of the co-product is very important if you want to calculate the carbon imprint of the ingredients you are using in your formulation. On the second page, for each ingredient, you will find pictures of application in oil or in emulsion at different concentration. On the left, you have the fraction without the ingredient, without the rainbow oil, and then you have different concentration, 1, 2, or 5% in oil and or in emulsion. So the second product, as I said, is jade green, extracted from green bell pepper with a light green color in formulation. The next one is heliodor yellow. It's a curcuma extract with covering and tinting properties. It is also naturally fluorescent, which means it shines in the presence of black lights. So when you go to disco nightclubs, for example, and you are using a product containing heliodor yellow, you could shine in the dark, which is quite fun, or not. It depends on your mood. Then you have pictures here. As you can see, it gives a very bright and vivid yellow color, so very interesting for cosmetic formulations. The next one is carnelian orange, 100% organic PPAI according to Cosmos, because we are using organic off-size carrots. It is origin France, from plant to extract, giving yellow to orange color in formulation. Then we have amber orange, the tomato extract, which gives orange color in formulation. The next one is rhodonite red, giving orange color in formulation. Be careful with the 2 bell pepper extract when you use them at high percentage, meaning 5% or more. They can bring some bell pepper smell in your cosmetic formulation. So it can be fun if you want to have this kind of smell in your products. It may be not fun if you are not expecting it, so be careful with them. If you want alternatives, you can use either amber orange or emerald green, which both of them or neither of them smell like bell pepper. And finally, as I mentioned, ruby red is our best seller. This ingredient has covering and tinting power. It is a vegan alternative to carmine red. Very interesting for skincare, but also maybe for makeup products if you are interested also in this part. And we have one customer that used Ruby Red with a patented process for hair colors, and they have very good results with Ruby Red on hair dyes. Here you can see pictures of ruby red in oil and emulsion. As you can see, you have red in oil and pink to red in emulsion, because red and white gives pink. So you don't get this pink color in oil because you don't have the white aspect. So I hear you from here. What about stability? Yes, this is the right question. Are they stable? How can I use them in my formulation? I will answer all of those questions. So oxidation and light stability. The Rainbow range contains natural colored molecules that are strong antioxidants. In the presence of an oxidation phenomenon like light oxygen, they will be degraded to protect the formula. So if you face color fading, look for the cause, like light unstable ingredients in the formula or something else, maybe a pH variation that can cause oxidation. If light is the cause, you can use opaque packaging or add antioxidants, or you can also use a packaging that is containing UV filters. It could help. If it comes from an unstable ingredient like virgin argan oil, you can remove it or substitute it by a stable ingredient. You can also add antioxidants anyway in your formulation to avoid this oxidation phenomenon. Rainbows are stable at light in synthetic matrices like veggie gel, and Urai will be able to give you all the information about veggie gel from the company Eglon, or for example in C1215 alkyl benzoate. If you are formulating biphases, you just add the rainbow inside of the C1215 alkyl benzoate. You can add an antioxidant and it will be very stable, even with lights and even with transparent packaging. So it really depends on the stability of your formula. If the formula is stable, the color will be stable. Then we can talk about temperature stability, hot and cold temperatures. Rainbow are stable to temperature. You can use them at hot temperature. We have performed different tests, like a bain-marie test, 5 hours at 90 degrees Celsius or 8 hours at 80 degrees Celsius without much color variation. We have also done a test in the oven for 3 months at 50 degrees Celsius, like when you perform your accelerated stability tests, and it was stable. The storage of the raw materials, so ruby red, carnelian orange, etc., needs to be done at cool temperature between +2 and +8 degrees Celsius. Usually the fridges are set at 4 degrees Celsius. For long periods, you need to be in a fridge. Transport can be done at room temperature without issue, but for long periods, when you receive it in your company, just put it in the fridge. For how to use them, here are some recommendations. They can be inserted in the lipophilic fraction from the beginning of the formulation for a better homogeneity of the color. You may melt the waxes and butters before adding rainbow to avoid too long heating. Sometimes with some waxes like candelilla wax, you need to heat for a long time at very hot temperatures to have it becoming liquid. So if you don't want to leave the rainbows for too long at hot temperature, we recommend to melt the waxes before the addition of the liquids, and so you will avoid a long stay in the hot temperature. Some grades may vary in color at high pH above 10. Heliodor yellow turns green, ruby red turns blue, and it comes back to the previous color as pH decreases. Ruby red turns blue. That's very interesting. It can be a solution if you want to have a blue natural lipophilic color inside of your formulation. So pH 10 or 11 is not very good for the formulation, but we have a customer that worked on a bath product with ruby red with a very high pH. It was blue to purple, and then when entering in contact with the water, so it was a bath product, bath foam, when coming in contact with the water, it was becoming red again. So very interesting, this color change in this product, quite original. In the end, the product didn't get to the market, but the idea was very interesting, and I saw the samples. It was quite amazing to see it in real. The recommendations is to use opaque packaging as much as possible to protect from light and to add antioxidants in the formula. For the storage, I mentioned you should store away from light between +4 and +8 degrees Celsius. Those rainbows are obtained from plants, and plants can contain waxes. They contain naturally waxes that can be extracted together during the enzymatic extraction process. And those waxes can become solid in the cold temperature. So they will then go down to the bottle of your product, and you can see some white particles. So those particles are not solid particles, they are waxes that will melt around 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. So you just need to heat a bit your product before using it. If you see some particles in the bottom of your bottle, and just be aware that the bigger the bottle size, the bigger the particles. So in a very small sample, you may not see them, but maybe in a 25 kilogram packaging, you can have some waxes on the bottom. So it's always interesting to homogenize before use to be sure that all the waxes are melted and that your product is perfectly homogeneous. This is a non-exhaustive list of products that have been launched on the market using our Rainbow. So we have Face Facial Cleanser, Face Cream, Cheek Blush, Makeup 2, Tinted Lip Balms, Face Masks, Massage Balm, Makeup Remover, Solid Cosmetics, Face Cleanser. You can use them with surfactants-based products. When you will add the Rainbow, they can be solubilized by the surfactants, or you can add a solubilizer inside of the formulation. Oily serums, face care oil, body and hair care oil, body care, premium face range, face care mask, and as I mentioned, surfactant-based products. So the take-home message is that Rainbow is a range of natural colored oils. They are a natural alternative to CI numbers. If you want to formulate color-free but with a color, that can be mixed to obtain new colors. If you want to get a very vivid green, you can mix emerald green and heliodor yellow, for example. If you want to get a very nice coral shade, you can mix ruby red and, for example, and you will get pinky to orangish colors, etc., etc. They are stable at high temperatures and with a wide range of pH. They are Cosmos and Natural certified, and they are not dyes from a regulatory point of view, so you must declare them as plant extracts. Skin conditioning or antioxidants, etc., but plant extracts and not dyes. I hope this was interesting. Thank you very much for your attention. It is now time for the questions.